Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have an incredible new launch for you today from the House of Sillage. I'm super excited about, and this might be one of the best layering fragrances out there. So if trying to layer fragrances or learning to layer is something that you're into, stay tuned because this one's for you. Okay, so Friday the 13th of August is, or was, depending when I post this, the launch date for House of Sillage's newest release from the Whispers of the Garden Noir collection, which I'm absolutely loving. And it is the Whispers of Enchantment. I'm loving this. We have this fragrance right here. In green, it makes me kind of think of like an enchanted forest. Oh, I'm loving this. So far in the Whispers Noir collection, we had the flanker to Whispers of Truth Noir, which is smoky. And we had Whispers of Temptation, which was like oud vapor, a little bit of like a suede leather note, and some fruity notes. Oh. Really, really good. And I have other videos dedicated to these releases as well that I'll link below. But today's excitement is on Whispers of Enchantment. So to quickly go over the presentation, they have the most stunning packaging of any company. When you get a shipment from them, the way it's packaged is just bar none, bar none. They just have the best presentation of any company I've ever seen. You feel like you're getting like the most exquisite gift from an enamored lover. It's incredible. The Whispers Enchantment is in this gorgeous French green glass. It has 18 karat gold around the rim and cap. Cap is all 18 karat gold, which is a beautiful yellow gold. It says the name on the inside. And then you have over 100 hand-placed Swarovski crystals on this cap, which is amazing. To get into this fragrance, I'm loving this one. This one is, there's 75 mLs also, and it's only available through House of Sillage directly for now. And this department stores, I'm sure in the future will get it, but you can go to House of Sillage. This one is an incredible, of course it's a green fragrance. You think it's going to be green. And it opens very bright with mandarin. It opens very bright with your mandarin and your pettigrain and then some geranium, which is a floral that has a little bit of a spicy hint to it, but also that floral sweetness. So it makes a great segue for some of these notes. And then you have the middle of the jasmine and the sage. You get the sage right away in a base of leather and patchouli. So when you open it, you get this beautiful burst of citrus and green, but the green is sage. And sage isn't like your grassy greens, which if you're a regular on my channel, you know I don't like green fragrances. I do like green woody fragrances like firs and pines and balsams, resins, that sort of stuff. I love that, but I'm not really into the grassy things. So when I first saw this and saw it was a green note, I was a little nervous. And they keep doing that to me with these notes that make me nervous. Then once I try it, I realize, oh, phew. Okay, it's a good one. I don't have to worry about that note. But this one, that's why I think of Enchanted Forest, because you have these sparkling notes at the top of the mandarin and the pettigrain. And pettigrain works marvelously on men to make those citrusy, have a nice aspect to it, a nice gentlemanly aspect. And the sage perks through right away, giving that fresh greenery. And then the patchouli starts to come up and give it that depth of a gorgeous patchouli. The patchouli and the leather never take over. They never come forward as too loud and take over that beautiful freshness in here. You really feel all these notes the whole time. At dry down, you'll get a beautiful leather skin scent. It's not leather that comes out at you like so many leathers on the market. Tom Ford has some leathers that are very pronounced, and Fragrance Du Bois has leathers that are pronounced, and they can be challenging for me, very challenging. This one just stays subtle and gives more of a texture to the fragrance, more of like a bite to it, more of a texturized sensuality to it versus coming at you with a leather jacket. It's really good because it's that refreshing summer citrusy note, yet brings you into that enchanted forest with the patchouli and leather that kind of walk you into fall really, really nicely. This is the perfect launch time because it's perfect to bring you from one season to the next. It's immediately what I thought of it. Because the notes that are in here are like that, and they're these great, it's almost a simplified kind of fragrance that it makes it so darn amazing for layering. Like phenomenal at layering, that you can layer onto it whatever you want to emphasize. So if you want to emphasize that patchouli, I layer Passion de l'Amour, and it really brings out that patchouli in there. And this also has a little bit of a caramel to it. It's got patchouli and oud, so it's like a drier kind of patchouli oud with that caramel in there. So you get that sweetness and almost like a hint of smoky to it. Phenomenal if you want to bring out the patchouli. If you want to bring out what it has, which is that top citrus note and the vibrancy, along with those, the patchouli and the sage, how it kind of blends into this like enchanted forest. Layer it with Holiday, which is literally those greens like your Christmas tree. It's meant to smell like the smells of Christmas and the holidays. So it emphasizes that forest smell and opens really sweet because this has those fruits in there too. And together, it is stunning, and the longevity is way better. I put this over this. I try to pick the heavier fragrance and put that one underneath, and the lighter one or the sweeter one on top. There's one where I reverse it. Layering with Whispers of Truth. It also has that caramel sweetness in here, and it has the citrus top notes. So it brings out that citrus, really amps up the sweetness with the caramel, and you get this subtle base with the moss this has for the base and the patchouli, and it gives a little bit of that foresty kind of grounding to it, which was really, really nice one too. And I bet I didn't do it, I didn't try it, but I bet it would equally work with Baccarat Rouge if you have that, which I know people love to layer Baccarat Rouge with other fragrances too. That would probably work. And let's see, I also did it with Disney. This was a little bit of an accident where I layered it on top, and I was blown away because this really, again, I layered it on top, and it really brought out this gorgeous like coconut, vanilla, and citrus that's in here. I always say like coconut lime. It really brings that out, and it emphasizes it, where this can be a little closer to the skin, but when you layer these two, it really amps up the Disney, really amps this up, increases the longevity and the projection on this one, which is just stunning. Which one didn't I do? Love is in the Air. I love Love is in the Air. And I was like, gosh, I don't know, will this layer? Because I love this fragrance. I hate to do anything. I did not like it when I put Love over it. It made a really pronounced plum note. But when I put this underneath and this over it, that was phenomenal. It was this gorgeous, like sugar plum, kind of sugared fruits over that patchouli. It was just stunning, stunning, stunning. I love it. So I mean, I've had so much fun layering with this fragrance that I've never had a fragrance be so incredibly versatile and layer so well that I could amp up the patchouli. I could throw notes to add to this. I could really get longevity from those vibrant citruses. It was just incredible to me. So highly recommend this if you're looking to play with layering, because it works phenomenal. So I had some fun, and I have to say this might be, well, this and Passion de l'Amour might be the two best fragrances ever that I have in my collection for layering. And it's layering within this house and even without the house. There were times I was wearing this to test it after they sent it to me. I really like to get a lot of days of wear to truly understand a fragrance. And then by evening, I was wearing something else. So I was inadvertently layering this, and it was incredible. And the first one that I layered, and it was an inadvertent layering, forgetting that I had this on, was with BDK's Gris Charnel. This was a stunning, stunning combination where it made me fall in love with both of these, and I almost don't like wearing it alone. I want to like combine this. Every time I wear it, I feel spoiled. But this added to it, I layered over it, and it added to it this violet, and it's like a violet candy, and the cardamom, which the cardamom just went in there with the patchouli and the leather and that jasmine and citrus so perfectly. You got the cardamom blended well with the citrus, and it blended well with the depth of the layer and the patchouli. And then that violet added to the brightness too, and it was just stunning. And I was smelling myself all day long when I combined this. The sillage is conversational. It's not, you're gonna walk in a room and fill the room. People aren't gonna ask, who's wearing that fragrance? What's that smell? It's more conversational length. People are gonna smell it on you, but you're not gonna announce yourself with it. Longevity is a beast. I also think with the way this has that sparkling citrus and then goes into the sage and patchouli with a hint of leather, it segues from summer into fall so incredibly beautifully. It's actually one of my favorite for transitioning to fall. I have a list of 10 of those for you, and this is definitely a top player in that list. So highly recommend this one. I've had a lot of fun. I've loved this whole collection. I've found this whole collection, which started with the flanker Whispers of Truth Noir to Whispers of Temptation to this one, to be stunning and their best work yet. I mean, I love their fragrances, but if you like niche fragrances and the way they're blended and the way you can layer just the complexity and the notes that they use in these niche fragrances and the quality, I think you're really, really gonna like this. And the way they're truly unisex, like they smell the same on a man and a woman, and they smell equally stunning across the board. These definitely, these fragrances don't discriminate in any fashion. I have yet to find someone where they don't smell good on them. So gotta get your hands on these. Get your nose on them. They're amazing. And I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.